The city of Bakersfield and the county of Kern have spent millions of taxpayer dollars in recent years to settle lawsuits. Those agreements kept secret in many cases until now. 17's Kristen Price has been tracking these settlements for more than a year. She joins us now with details on how local government is quietly paying these settlements with your money, trying to keep them secret.
We looked at city and county lawsuits involving law enforcement, settlement agreements that should be public information, but a loophole in the law allows some payouts to go publicly unreported.
I have an emptiness. Nobody's ever going to fill his spot.
Leticia De La Rosa's son, James Villegas, was shot and killed in 2014 by Bakersfield police on the Mount Vernon overpass of Highway 178. The shooting made national headlines 5 months later when it came out that a senior officer who wasn't involved in the shooting played with Villegas' body at Kern Medical after efforts to save his life failed. Investigators say Aaron Stringer moved Villegas' head, tickled his feet, and cracked jokes after the shooting. In May, the city paid Villegas' family $400,000 to settle a wrongful death lawsuit. The settlement agreement appears to be confidential. Retired County Counsel Teresa Goldner explains a loophole that allows settlements to be kept quiet.
The settlement will be confidential except as otherwise prohibited by law. And those are the magic words, except as otherwise prohibited by law.
Goldner says the Public Records Act is the exception.
Which means if someone asks for that information, then the entity has to produce it. But if nobody asks, then it doesn't have to be produced.
So I asked. The city provided an overview of settlements almost immediately. But when I pushed for details on the Villegas case, the private attorney, Mick Martirosian, who defended the city in the lawsuit, refused to provide any information other than saying it had been resolved.
It's not legal, and it shouldn't be done.
City Attorney Ginny Gennaro later confirmed a $400,000 settlement in the Villegas case. But that's not all. Like the Villegas case, other high-profile cases have been settled outside of court, seemingly without a trace.
That's a matter of public record, and the public has the right to know that.
Since 2010, the city of Bakersfield has paid $5.4 million to settle lawsuits involving the police department. During that same period, the county has paid $22 million to settle lawsuits involving the sheriff's department, which has 200 more officers than the city.
Historically, it has not been anywhere near that.
Close to half of the county payouts happened within the last 3 years. County Counsel Mark Nation says he doesn't know what's causing the increase or why there's a stark contrast between payouts in the city and county.
I don't think you could really draw any correlation between the two.
Nation says the county doesn't agree to confidential settlements.
Because we're a public agency and you're not allowed to.
Still, some lawsuits are quietly settled, including a wrongful death suit stemming from one of Kern's most controversial officer-involved shootings. The county paid $1.8 million to the family of David Deacon Turner, the former professional football player shot to death by sheriff's deputies in July 2011. And then there was a settlement no one knew about for 2 years.
You can obviously see that I was beaten repeatedly.
In that case, the county paid Jaime Duran $1.25 million to settle an excessive force case. The city attorney declined to be interviewed for this story, saying from her perspective, there have not been any confidential settlement agreements. We've posted details of every law enforcement settlement since 2010 on our website, kerngoldenempire.com. Kristen Price, 17 News.